Once upon a time, there lived a young man named Tochukwu. Tochukwu was from the Aguma village. He lived with his two sisters, his father and mother. They were from a very poor background. Although he didn't have much, Ebere and Tochukwu wanted to marry each other. But the problem was he didn't have enough money to pay her bride price. Ebere will always encourage him and tell him that he will become great one day. She always gave him anything that he needed. She will come and visit him and spend time with his sister, his younger sister, Chioma. Chioma and Tochukwu's father liked Ebere. Anytime she came, they will be friendly with her. However, Tochukwu's mother, Uzoma, and his senior sister, Chinelu, did not like her. But they never stopped Ebere from visiting Tochukwu. Anytime Tochukwu was sick, Ebere would come and stay with him. Now, Ebere encouraged Tochukwu that he should go to the Boma village. In the Boma village, there are people who deal with the leather business. This is something that Tochukwu was interested in. So she encouraged him to go to the Boma village. But the problem was, Tochukwu couldn't even afford transportation to go there. So Ebere gave him some money. She and her mother had a small farm. Ebere gave him some money from what she had realized the past weeks from selling her goods. Tochukwu was so grateful. He promised her that once he comes back from the Boma village, he will marry her. He will go to the Boma village and work as hard as he can to make good money. And once he comes back, he will marry her and take care of her the way she deserves. Ebere was happy to hear this. All she wanted was for Tochukwu to excel in anything he did. And so, Tochukwu left. He went to the Boma village and was there for a few years, but he succeeded. He made good business. He had his leather shops more than 3, 4, 5. He made good money and he was able to come back home. Immediately he came back home, his mother was so happy. His sisters were happy. He was now able to change their house, buy cars for them, and change their clothes. They were no longer poor. Throughout these years, Ebere waited for Tochukwu. When she heard that he had come back, she ran to his house. Immediately, she jumped and greeted him. Tochukwu was so happy to see her. Tochukwu's father and his younger sister Chioma were also happy to see Ebere. However, Tochukwu's mother, Uzoma, and the senior sister Chinelu were not happy to see Ebere. When Tochukwu went inside to bring out the things he bought for Ebere, Uzoma sat next to her. Ebere, so up to now you've not found somebody else to marry? No, Mama, why would I? I love Tochukwu and we plan to marry. I heard that from your village, people are always mad. Is it true? Mama, that's not true. I've never heard such a thing. We don't have madness in our village. That's in people's village. I've heard horrible things. Uzoma said this because Ebere was from a different village. She was from the Akuku village, while Tochukwu and his family were from the Aguma village. Tochukwu did not like what his mother had said to Ebere. Whether there is madness or not, Ebere was his choice and he was going to marry her. His father agreed with him, but Uzoma did not. She told her son that she had found a good girl from their village for him. He will marry the woman that she, his mother, has chosen for him. The girl was from their village and will make a good wife for him. Tochukwu did not like this. Now that he was back, and now that he had made enough money, he wanted to marry Ebere as soon as was possible. What do you mean I cannot marry her, Mama? This girl is not from our village, his mother said. I have a good, humble girl from our village. One that will make a good wife for you. This Ebere cannot make a good wife for you. What do you mean, Mama? You were here when Ebere was always seeing me, visiting us when we had nothing. She was always here to come and see me, even when I was sick. She was the one that gave me the transport money to leave a few years ago. Do you not remember? And so now that you have money, you can give her back her transport money. You can count it and give it back to her. Everyone was surprised to hear this. His senior sister, Chinelo, supported the mother. She said yes. What she wants to do now is to reap where she did not sow, brother. She said. Now, after a few weeks, Uzoma noticed that her son Tochukwu did not take her advice. He was planning with his uncles and the father on how to go to Ebere's compound and ask for her hand in marriage. He had gathered all his uncles and had told them that he had found the wife he wanted to marry, which was Ebere, and that he wants them to follow him to go to her compound and ask for her hand in marriage. Uzoma was not happy to hear this. She didn't want anybody to come into her son's life now that he had made money. She wanted to be the one to choose the wife that he would marry, somebody from the village. Now, saying that her son refused to take her advice, Uzoma decided to visit an Ezemo. Now, she told the Ezemo that she didn't want Ebere to be her daughter-in-law. She didn't want her son to marry her. Her son had worked so hard in the Boma village. Now he's rich and she doesn't want Ebere to be his wife. But the Ezemo told her that Ebere is an innocent girl. Ebere is the person who helped him to go to that Boma village. Before the gods, her hands are clean. She's not a bad person. Uzoma said she did not care. All she wants is for Ebere not to marry her son. If the Ezemo cannot touch Ebere, then she should give her something that will stop her son from going to marry her. The Ezemo agreed. He gave Uzoma white powder and told her that she should sprinkle the white powder on the yams that her son would take to Ebere's compound to ask for her hand in marriage. And this Uzoma did. The night before they were to leave, Uzoma went into the kitchen and sprinkled the white charm on the yams that Tochukwu was supposed to carry. The following day, as Tochukwu and his uncles and father were ready and set to leave, he went into the kitchen to bring out the yams, and behold, the yams had gone rotten. These were new yams that his father had bought. The purpose of the yams was to offer it to Ebere's family as a token to ask for her hand in marriage. It was part of tradition, and if the yam goes bad before it gets to its destination, that means it's bad luck. Everyone shouted, "What happened to the yams?" They asked each other. "This yam, I bought it from the market yesterday. It was fresh," Tochukwu's father said. "What happened to this yam?" "Oh, I told you people that this arrangement is bad," Tochukwu's mother said. "I told you that this arrangement is bad. This girl is not for you, Tochukwu. This girl is not for you. You see it? This is a sign from the gods," Tochukwu's mother said. But Tochukwu could not believe it. He told his father that since the yams are bad, they could no longer go today, but they had to buy new yams immediately. His father agreed. He did not believe that it was a bad luck. The next day, they went to the market and bought more yams. Once the yams were bought, a new date was fixed. Now, before the day arrived, Tochukwu's mother, Uzoma, went to the market. And there in the market, she met Ebere's mother. Ebere's mother walked up to her and greeted her. "Ah, my in-law, how are you? You people did not come the other day again. My friend, who are you calling your in-law? Do I look like your in-law to you?" Tochukwu's mother said. In-law, are we fighting?" Ebere's mother asked her. "Have you ever seen where a human being is talking to a witch?" Did you call me a witch? What are you, if not a witch? You and that your bad daughter. The yams my husband bought, everything spoiled. Is that not a sign from the gods that says your daughter is bad? Look at you. That is how you killed your husband, Tochukwu's mother told Ebere's mother. This made Ebere's mother very sad. Indeed, she was a widow. But why would Tochukwu's mother accuse her of killing her husband? This made Ebere's mother sad. When she got home, her daughter asked her, "Mama, what happened? What happened to you? You look so sad." And Ebere's mother told her everything that Tochukwu's mother had told her in the market. This made Ebere sad. She started crying. She went immediately to tell Tochukwu. When she entered Tochukwu's compound, Tochukwu was inside the house with his father talking. But his mother and the senior sister were outside. "What do you want to do here? My friend, really get out of this place? Leave this place, you poor wretched girl." "Mama, why will you call me poor? I want to see Tochukwu. Leave this place." As the three of them were arguing, Tochukwu and his father could hear voices, so he came outside. Once he saw his mother beating Ebere, he shouted, "Mama, stop it. Why are you beating her? Why won't I beat her? What is she doing here? She is my wife-to-be, Mama. She can come in here anytime she wants." Ebere went straight to Tochukwu's father. He consoled her and told her to stop crying. Tochukwu, on the other hand, told his mother to go inside and stop troubling Ebere. "Why do you hate Ebere so much?" Tochukwu asked his mother. But his mother did not respond. She simply went inside with Chinelo, the senior sister. Now, Ebere told Tochukwu everything that his mother had told her own mother. She said her mother was heartbroken and disappointed. Tochukwu apologized and said, "Please forgive my mother. No matter what, I love you and I'm going to marry you." Ebere was consoled. Now, the day for the second attempt had approached. Tochukwu, his uncles and father went to Ebere's compound to ask for her hand in marriage. When they got to Ebere's compound, they didn't see her. One of Ebere's aunts was there. She told them that early in the morning, Ebere fell sick. What do you mean by she fell sick? The aunt told them that from nowhere, Ebere fell sick and she was vomiting. So they had to take her to the herbalist. What they did not know was that Tochukwu's mother had gone back to the Ezemo and told the Ezemo that he wanted him to make Ebere sick. Because of this, they couldn't pay her bride price that day. Instead, Tochukwu, who was worried, went to the herbalist to see Ebere. There, he found out Ebere was getting better. Now, while Tochukwu was with Ebere at the herbalist's place, his mother went round to visit all his uncles. She gave them gold, telling them that now they shouldn't support Tochukwu marrying Ebere because first, the yams went bad and now the girl is sick. These are two separate attempts to ask for her hand in marriage, and the gods have shown them signs that this is not supposed to be. She convinced his uncles to be against Tochukwu marrying Ebere, and she succeeded. By the time Ebere was better and went home and Tochukwu came back home, his uncles were waiting for him. They told him that they would not follow him to Ebere's house again. Uncle, what is the matter? They told him that first, when we went to ask for this girl's hand in marriage, the yams went bad mysteriously. Now again, the girl fell sick on the day that we were to ask for hand in marriage. She fell sick mysteriously. This is a sign from the gods that this wedding should not be. Tochukwu shouted, "You lie! I must marry Ebere, no matter what." Strangely enough, Tochukwu's father supported him. Tochukwu's father said that he knows Ebere. Ebere had been coming to this house when Tochukwu had nothing. She showed him love and was always with him. Now that he has made money, why should he abandon her? These things are mere coincidence, Tochukwu's father said. Now, after this, Tochukwu found it hard to convince his uncles to follow him to ask for Ebere's hand in marriage. He begged his mother to talk to his uncles, but his mother rejected. She told him that the uncles were telling him the truth. She has always said it. Ebere is not his wife. She has a wife for him, somebody that was from her village. He should marry her. She's a good girl. But Tochukwu rejected this. Because of this, only Tochukwu and his father went to ask for Ebere's hand in marriage. When they went, they did not tell anyone. So nobody knew of the day. But eventually, Tochukwu and his father went to Ebere's compound and asked for her hand in marriage according to tradition. Since her father was late, her uncle and her mother accepted this offer. Ebere and Tochukwu were very happy. Now they were allowed to move into their house as husband and wife. Tochukwu had built a new house for himself and his. Now, as Tochukwu and Ebere lived together, his senior sister Chinelo came to visit them. When she came to visit them, throughout her stay, she was always fighting Ebere. She told Ebere that she was older than her and therefore Ebere cannot command her in her brother's house. However, Ebere told her that this is my husband's house and what I say would go. During this time, Ebere was pregnant and she would beg Chinelo for help, but Chinelo refused to help her. One day, she told Chinelo to help her boil water, but Chinelo refused. Instead, Chinelo pushed her away as she passed. This caused Ebere to lose the pregnancy. Tochukwu was very upset. Because of this, he threw his sister out of the house. He took her back home to their family house and told his father all that had happened. Ebere was so sad. One of her friends came to visit her to console her. Her name was Chika. Ebere, didn't I warn you? I warned you. I warned you. I told you. This family you're marrying into is not going to be easy. How can you marry into a family that the mother doesn't like you, the sister doesn't like you? Chika, don't say that now. You know that I love Tochukwu. Hey, love. Ebere, love. Now you have lost the first pregnancy. Have you seen it? You have lost the first pregnancy. Ebere was sad. She was crying. Anyway, there's nothing you can do now. I will advise you to be careful. This your mother-in-law is dangerous. I don't know why she hates you like this. Chika stayed a while with Ebere until Ebere's mother came to stay with her as well. Then Chika left. Now during this time, Tochukwu's mother never once went to see Ebere to console with her about losing the pregnancy. Instead, she was angry that Tochukwu threw his sister out of the house. So she went back to the Ezemo and told the Ezemo that she doesn't want Ebere to ever have a child and she wants to make Ebere look like a mad person. The Ezemo warned her. Are you sure you can handle the consequences? He asked Tochukwu's mother Uzoma. And she said yes, that she can handle it. So the Ezemo told her to come back at night. That night, when she came back, she was to wear only white. When she came back that night, he had prepared a voodoo doll. Now he began to feed the doll. Although the food wasn't entering the doll's mouth, it was entering Ebere's mouth. Because as he fed the doll, Ebere, who was sleeping at that time, was eating in her dream. A man in her dream came to her and gave her food to eat. So as the Ezemo was feeding the doll in real life, in her dream, Ebere was eating. The next day, Chioma, Tochukwu's youngest sister, came to stay with them. Now during the day, Ebere and Chioma were in the kitchen. They were preparing the meal. They were preparing a meal that the family will eat later that night. As they were cooking, the Ezemo was in the forest. He began to hit his drum As he was hitting his drum, he started singing. He started calling out Ebere's name. As he called her name, Ebere began to shake. She fell down to the ground and started shaking like a snake. Chioma was scared. She screamed. She ran all the way to Tochuku's shop and called him that he should come back home. Something was wrong with his wife. Once Tochuku and Chioma got back home, Ebere was still on the floor. She was shaking like a snake. Tochuku was so shocked, he was scared. The next thing, Ebere stopped shaking because Dezemo had stopped playing the drum. When Ebere stood up, they told her what she had done, but she said that's not true. I don't remember doing anything. Tochuku was shocked. He has seen it with his own eyes. She was shaking like somebody who was convulsing, but she can't remember. The next day, Tochuku went and told Ebere's mother, Mama, something is wrong with Ebere. And then he told her all that he had seen the day before. Ebere's mother started crying. Where could this have come from? Nobody in my family has this type of sickness. What do you mean that she was shaking like a snake on the floor? Now, after hearing this, Ebere's mother went immediately to Tochuku's house. There, she asked her daughter what happened. Ebere said she doesn't remember any such thing. She just had headache and that was it. Ebere's mother did not believe it. She took Ebere to a very, very powerful chief priestess. The chief priestess immediately saw that Ebere's spirit had been tied. Using her powers, she released Ebere. She told Ebere and her mother that someone had tied her to control her. She has to be careful. Her mother-in-law is trying to harm her. Ebere was surprised. Why would her mother-in-law hate her so much as to go and do this to her? Ebere's mother advised her to be very careful and to be very cautious. Now, during this time, Chinelo also had someone she wanted to marry. His name was Tobe. She had gone to Tobe's house to spend some time with him. However, during her stay there, Tobe's mother maltreated her and kicked her out. Tobe never once came to her defense. He didn't support her. Instead, he supported his mother. Chinelo then finally realized how wicked she and her mother had been to Ebere. When she got home, she told her mother, Mama, this thing we're doing to Ebere is not good. This is exactly what Tobe's mother did to me. We have to stop this wickedness. But Tochuku's mother shouted on her, Shut up! Shut up! What do you know? I would not allow my son marry that girl. Chinelo left. Now, Uzoma went to Tochuku's house. When she got there, she greeted Tochuku and not Ebere. She met her last daughter there, Chioma. Mama, what are you doing here? You didn't tell us you were coming. Must I tell you when I'm coming to my son's house? Uzoma said. Now, because she was here, they allowed her to stay. They couldn't chase her away. Tochuku showed her her room and she rested. Now, the following day, Tochuku and Chioma left the house and left only Ebere. Uzoma maltreated Ebere throughout the whole day, but Ebere endured it. She listened to the advice of her mother and was being cautious. Because Chioma was about to come back home very soon, Ebere prepared something that they can all eat. She didn't know that Uzoma, her mother-in-law, had poisoned the pots. She had put poison when Ebere was not looking. Tochuku and Chioma came back at the same time. Chioma immediately went into the kitchen to eat, while Ebere was talking to Tochuku outside. The next thing, they heard Chioma screaming. When they ran to the kitchen, they saw that she had eaten from the pot that Ebere was cooking. Hearing the commotion, Uzoma came out of her room. What is it? What happened? What is it? What happened? She saw Chioma on the ground. And Ebere said, I don't know what happened, Mama. She was just eating this yam that I cooked. And the next thing, she started screaming. Immediately, Uzoma screamed, my God, what have I done? She remembered that the Ezemo had given her this special poison and told her that she had to be careful. If any of her children should eat this poison, she, Uzoma, will run mad. Uzoma screamed. Before they could take Chioma to the herbalist, Chioma had died. Immediately, Uzoma ran mad. She confessed that she had put the poison for Ebere, but by mistake, her own daughter Chioma ate from the food, and the poison had killed her. Now, she was mad. Her goal was to eliminate Ebere from the onset, but it never worked. Uzoma ran mad, and eventually she died.